People are travelling from all over the world, from every corner of Britain. When you get on the train, you're going to see flags, you're going to see smiles, families. Where are you heading to? You're heading to Blackfriars Station, please, okay? Get to Blackfriars, just so you know. So even coming from Luton, it goes to King's Cross. Usually you can go straight to Blackfriars, but this Saturday you can't. So you'll get on the Underground, London Underground, but the station you're all heading for is Blackfriars. The reason being, if you come to Blackfriars, you can cross over the bridge. So you've got to come out of the station, straight over the bridge, and on your right is Stamford Street.
Tommy Robinson, the polarising activist, whose name has become inextricably linked with controversy in Britain, issued a potent call to action this week ahead of a meticulously planned parade that is poised to draw intense international scrutiny. In a carefully choreographed announcement disseminated across his social media channels, Robinson fervently urged his legion of supporters to converge upon a specific London landmark, Blackfriars Station. He painted a vivid, aspirational picture of the event, describing families peacefully waving flags and an overwhelming atmosphere of patriotic unity, a vision starkly contested by his numerous critics, who immediately warned of the potential for profound social division and public unrest. Strikingly, Robinson's core message was notably less about incendiary rhetoric and more focused on intricate logistics. He provided precise, turn-by-turn directions to his followers, who he claimed would be travelling from every corner of the United Kingdom and from nations beyond, emphatically designating Blackfriars as the primary muster point for the entire demonstration. These detailed instructions were far from random. They were the direct result of specific agreements and conditions that had been formally negotiated between his team and London's Metropolitan Police Force. By strategically guiding all attendees through the central hub of Blackfriars and then across the Thames via the bridge towards Stamford Street, Robinson sought to achieve not just crowd control and order, but maximum visibility. A long, organised column of people crossing an iconic central London bridge, flags held high, is not merely a gathering, but a powerful, deliberate statement intended for a global audience. Perhaps the most striking element of his announcement was his candid acknowledgement of this coordination with the very law enforcement institutions he has so often denounced. "We have conditions on this demonstration," he stated, explicitly noting that these were terms his own team had requested and willingly accepted. For a man whose entire public image has been largely defined by visceral, violent clashes with police officers, this newfound language of cooperation and procedural adherence was profoundly noteworthy. Yet seasoned critics were quick to interpret this tactical shift as a calculated element of Robinson's evolving long-term strategy, an attempt to cynically cast himself in the dual role of a victim suffering from establishment overreach, while simultaneously portraying himself as a legitimate political figure who can still command respect and negotiate terms directly with the state. For his ardent supporters, this official recognition is seen as undeniable proof that he is serious about achieving legitimacy and operating within the legal framework. For his detractors, it is merely a sophisticated performance, a calculated manoeuvre designed to avoid immediate bans, preemptive arrests, and the negative publicity that accompanies them. Robinson further boasted that individuals were preparing to travel from all over the world specifically to attend his event, a claim that, while difficult to independently verify, powerfully underscores the extensive international reach and influence of his movement, a reach amplified exponentially through sophisticated, border-transcending social media networks and online communities. However, the potential local impact on the City of London itself cannot be ignored. The British capital has long served as a volatile flashpoint for demonstrations tied to Robinson, with his critics consistently arguing that his events deliberately inflame long-simmering community tensions, particularly around deeply sensitive and contentious issues of race, immigration, and policing. The upcoming parade, however symbolic its ultimate intent may be, represents yet another critical test of Robinson's enduring relevance within Britain's increasingly fractious and divided political landscape. Once widely dismissed as a fringe agitator operating on the outermost extremes of society, he has repeatedly proven a formidable ability to mobilise large, passionate groups and dominate news cycles for days on end. His critics argue with equal fervour that his movement is less about the principled defence of free speech and more about the deliberate stoking of societal resentment and ethnic grievance. His supporters counter with the passionate belief that he is courageously giving a powerful voice to deeply felt frustrations and concerns that they believe have been cynically ignored by the country's mainstream political parties and media outlets. With Britain still intensively navigating the deep cultural and political divisions exposed by the Brexit referendum and subsequent debates over national identity, Robinson's planned parade is far more than a mere logistical challenge for the police. It is a potent reminder that potent populist movements, even when formally excluded from traditional electoral politics, continue to exert a significant and lasting influence on the country's public discourse and social cohesion. As the date of the parade rapidly approaches, all eyes will be intently focused on the area surrounding Blackfriars Station. The central question remains: will Robinson's demonstration unfold as the peaceful, dignified show of solidarity he promises, or will it spiral downward into the chaotic scenes of confrontation and conflict that his critics so confidently predict? Ultimately, one thing remains certain. Tommy Robinson, whether loved or loathed, endures as a formidable and disruptive figure whom modern Britain simply cannot afford to ignore. His strategic call to Blackfriars is not merely about organising a simple march. It is a high-stakes exercise in testing the very boundaries of protest, the nature of political engagement, and the limits of the public square in 21st century Britain.